time for Christian's anecdotes. So I was speaking to someone at work, and she mentioned that when her sister was a baby, she would shart so violently that the poo would fly up her back and into her hair. That was Christian's anecdotes. Hello, welcome back to Inaudible, the podcast that's impossible to listen to, varying tones of the sentence. Last time...
Absolutely, you need to have your voice go all over the place.
Last time on Inaudible, we fell off a bridge.
Drag the audience up the hill and then lead them down gently the other side.
And then stab them in the face like it's someone you hate.
Okay.
That got slightly darker, but yeah.
Hello, children, and welcome to Cooking Humans.
Oh.
First of all, you want to slice the neck and let the blood drain out over their dead body.
Then it'll be halal.
And hilarious.
Well, hey!
Da-da-da-da-da-da. Off to a good start today.
Okay, so last time was 2003. We picked our 3 favourite games. Would you like to know the order of preference according to the audience of the channel?
You know what? I actually would, yes.
Oh,
because we had an interesting one, didn't we?
We did have an interesting one.
Oh yeah, it was the fight of the Pokemons.
Yeah, which is the more popular.
So in last place, I'm afraid, Ozzy, is
Oh yeah,
The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker with 18%.
We established too much water. People don't like water.
However, just because it's in last place doesn't mean it's a bad game.
No.
Well, that's what I think I said last week, that it was a good choice of games because we had a Zelda and 2 Pokemon. So they're all good games in some way anyway.
So, yeah, last place was Wind Waker. So first place with 81% was Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire. So the games of 2002...
No.
What? I don't know what you mean.
We split it in half because I said Ruby, you said Sapphire. Who came first and who came second?
This wire is really playing up. All I can hear is just a load of static.
I'm guessing that Ruby came top.
Something about tops. I didn't quite make that out.
Oh no, I seem to be going into a tunnel.
So there was the Sapphire got 36, Ruby got 45, but we don't need to worry about that. Let's move
Sapphire
on.
got 45. Okay.
Let's move on. Let's not dwell on the past.
I want to point out, I'm not gloating. I just genuinely want to know what the
let's
thing
not
is.
dwell on the past. Let's move forward to the future, by which I mean the past, because we're stepping back to 2002.
2002.
So, because I've only got 3 games, I'll go first. We'll get it out of the way.
Oh, okay.
We'll get it out of the way. So,
out of the bay.
I reviewed the list in the past week, and I found an extra one that I've played like half an hour or longer than that, but at a friend's house or something. So I was like, I'll whack that on there.
Yeah, might as well.
So
there is one that I know that you two can have on the thing because we've played it all together.
In third place. In third place is Super Smash Bros. Melee. Is that the one you were talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. That's the one I thought it would have been, because that's the one that we have all played.
I'm talking about the other one that we've all played. But you guys might not remember that because it was, yeah. I have the footage of it. Really should put it up somewhere.
Yeah.
Is it some kind of racing Mario game?
It's a Mario game. But anyway, carry on.
Confused.
I know, okay.
Oh, Mario.
You're.
Yeah.
It's on my list, so shush.
I'll bleep it out. Okay. In second place, Digimon Rumble Arena.
One, would presume?
Yes. If it was number 2, I would have said 2 at the end of it. So there we go. That's that. And in first place, Oddworld Munch's Odyssey.
Nice.
Okay.
Good old Munch.
Which was unfortunately a flawed game because they were developing it for the PS2 and they had this whole environmental RTS karma thing going on. But then they
scratched that to get out sooner.
They moved it to Xbox for whatever reason, and Microsoft wanted it to be a release title. So there's a bit in the game where it suddenly just becomes really repetitive and kind of crap. And if you look at the plans, the storyline they had for the game, like half the game is missing. It's really disappointing.
They bum rushed the end, sort of thing.
Yeah, but they're kind of they're kind of adapting a lot of the ideas now into the new Soulstorm game, which is due out this year. So hopefully we'll get to see the story, even if the game is crap. But yeah, Munch's Odyssey is still good. Sorry.
If you want a little bit more history on the behind the scenes of Munch's Odyssey and the trilogy of Oddworld games, if you watch Cadicarus's videos on his retrospective of the first 3 Oddworld games, he actually goes quite in depth about what happened and why it didn't happen the way it was supposed to.
Richard, I don't need to watch this part-time fans videos. I've got the art book.
So the fact he's actually met Lorne Lanning doesn't really mean anything.
That's only because he's a popular YouTuber.
C-list.
I don't know. I hear the name Munch and I immediately think of a character from 2 pints of lager and a packet of crisps. So then I picture him, who's quite a thick character, going on an odyssey.
A Mario Odyssey? No.
So the funny thing about the Oddworld games is, I realised a couple of weeks ago that I have no idea how to spell Odyssey because of these games, because they spell it wrong.
Oh.
There's a fucking Y at the end. I had no idea. I knew that they put an extra D in to make the word odd, but they've spelt it so wrong. I was like, I want my vocabulary back, Oddworld. You've taken it from me. So that's my pick. Munch's Odyssey.
Wait, was that in 2002?
Yes.
Can't find on the Wikipedia page.
Let's investigate. Oddworld. Ooh, it's not on the list. Wait a second.
In PAL, it came out in 2002.
That's why.
The original release was in 2001, though, so we'll let you have that.
Well, that's the rule, so yeah.
I think we are technically PAL, aren't we?
Yeah, we are PAL.
We're not even technically PAL, yeah? We are actually PAL.
Yeah.
We are pals here.
You are technically correct.
We are PAL, right?
We are pals like us.
Oh.
Hey.
It's the sequel. That's the movie we've got to do. Friends Like Us was the series, and then Pals Like Us is the movie.
But shouldn't it be a step up from Friends when it's the movie? So it'd be like...
I mean, there is a step up from Friends, but I don't think we'll get to that stage.
Threesomes like us.
God.
Okay. Should I go next?
If you'd like.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah? Okay, so I have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 altogether.
Oh, Jesus, you guys.
Okay. So my runners-up are Battle Network 2, my usual Mega Man thing, Digimon World 3, Dragon Ball Z, The Legacy of Goku, and Kingdom Hearts. Now, number 5, the static is here again.
That's really
So it's a relatively good game, but I think the soundtrack wasn't that good to it. There was a lot of static to that soundtrack.
You stop this! What is it? Why are you doing this? Maybe there's a storm coming and there's just loads of static in the air.
To be fair, we just had a storm, so you know.
There is another storm called... We had the Beast from the East, now it's going to be the Pest from the West.
You can tell these are so British names.
Yeah.
Anyway, number 5, Digimon Rumble Arena, as we've had already.
Yep.
Number 4, A Link to the Past. Number 3, Smash Brothers Melee. And now number 2 and 1 are where we just get to personal games. So number 2 is Age of Mythology.
Nice.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
You all right there?
It's the static. It's really
yeah,
bad.
I mean, I suppose you can cut it from the final.
And I'm not having this. Hang on a second.
Oh, you'll have to wait for my number 1 then. What I was on number 1, wasn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Metabots, Metabee version. Game Boy Advanced.
Okay.
The music in that game is great.
I choose my lists based on how much nostalgia the game gives me.
Yeah, pretty much.
Metabots was...
Well, it's your favourite game. So
it was my it's definitely in my top 3 games of all time.
Ooh.
Just not necessarily being a brilliant game, but just the amount I've played. It's I think it's the only game I've completed more than 5 times.
Oh wow!
I've physically gone through every couple of years. I'll re-pick it back up and just play through it.
Re-pick it back up.
Re-pick it back up. Yeah.
I want to like pick that sentence apart, but I know exactly what you mean.
You pick it back up, and then if you pick it back up again, you re-pick it back up.
Yeah.
I mean, this is true, yes.
So I played it for the first time, then I picked it back up, then I re-picked it back up, And can you get more than that, or
I think every one is then a repick.
You just continuously repick
unless
it back up
unless you want to add a
yeah.
re to the start every time you do it again.
Yeah.
Re.
Like when
unless you pick it
up
up for the final time and then you say you picked it up for the final time.
Oh. But then that's the ultimate time, and then the one before that is the penultimate time. And then the what was it?
See, now we're just getting pedantic.
Yeah. So that was my list. Quick rundown: Digimon Rumble Arena, Link to the Past, Smash Bros. Melee, Age of Mythology, and Medabots Medabe version.
Smash Brothers Miss Millie.
Miss Millie's Smash Brothers Brawl. That's it. There was a brawl in Smash Brothers Miss Millie.
Because they couldn't deliver the chicken.
That's KFC, not Miss Millie's.
It is the same company.
Is it?
I know, that was the joke that recently KFC ran out of chicken.
Oh yeah, I knew that had actually happened recently.
Yeah, like that legit happened IRL. Anyway,
this is what the news is in this country: the weather and KFC running out of chicken.
I thought you were going to say that's what the news is for us. It's like vaguely glossing over it.
Yeah.
So my honourable mentions.
Oh.
You still there, Christian?
Yep.
Yep. Cool. Honourable mentions: Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, Metroid Fusion, Burnout 2 Point of Impact, and Super Mario Sunshine. So now, my number 5, Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
Yeah, that would have been in my runners-up, but I already had like 9 things, and I didn't want to like 15 list runners-up.
It's one of the few GTA games I've actually seriously enjoyed playing. Like, I don't remember the story at all. I just remember running around dropping tanks on everyone.
Point of GTA, is it not? Well,
yeah,
before they started getting all fancy with like number 5 and stuff.
Yeah, GTA 4 is just ugh. But GTA 5 is impressive. So yeah, that's number 5. Number 4, Rez.
Oh.
Resident Evil?
Haven't you already
No.
Wasn't Res Infinite on one of your later lists?
Yeah. I know you've mentioned. I think I made the same joke as well.
Yeah, REZ, musical rail shooter. One of the. Oh, it's so fucking good.
The way you said that made it sound like REZ stood for musical rail shooter.
Musical
REZ.
Musical eel zooter.
Oh, eels up inside you.
Ooh, finding an entrance where they can.
See, to me, that was in sync. But anyway, yeah.
To me, it wasn't. But, however, Christian can do the magic of editing and try and get it in sync.
I mean, I can.
You can, but he's not going to. He's not going to.
You won't.
It's the law of the channel. It has to be out of sync. We can never be
like
in
bronze
sync.
legs.
Exactly. Just like bronze legs.
I think you both missed the sink there and went into the kitchen fridge.
Because as opposed to the living room fridge.
Yeah, you can get mini fridges that you can keep in your living room or your bedroom.
All right.
I mean, to be fair, at uni, my friends did legitimately have a second fridge in their living room.
There you go.
Well, just ruining.
There were like 7 of them in the house, so you know.
There you go.
Anyway, Christian, can we attempt an internet high five?
Sure.
There we go. Awesome. Right. So number 3. Number 3 is Super Smash Bros. Melee.
Oh,
Melee.
Hang on, Ozzy. What number was it on your list?
3.
3.
It's hey, you know what this means?
Wait,
it's
what
at
number
least
was it
number
on
3.
Yours, Christian.
It was 3 on mine.
Yours?
Yeah.
It's at least number 3.
We can collectively agree with each other that Super Smash Bros. Melee is the 3rd best game of 2002.
Yeah.
Let's give ourselves a collective pat on the back.
There we go. Cool. Yeah, that one there. Yeah. My number 2, Mario Party 4.
Oh.
Okay, yeah.
That's the one that we all played at some point.
See, I think I've only ever played it with you guys, so
To be fair, I wouldn't blame you if you've like scrubbed it from your memories.
Yeah,
I've already forgotten what you said a minute ago.
Mario Party 4. Yeah, the first Mario Party game I ever played, and I fucking love it. Even though, objectively speaking, it's terrible. Like,
I genuinely can't remember it at all.
No.
Basically,
I do know what Mario Party is. So.
Yeah, it's like a giant board game.
Oh shit! I remember now.
Yeah.
That's the reaction you want, isn't it?
To be honest, that's kind of the reaction I was expecting. So, you know. Yeah. I like it. Like, it feels like every Mario Party since has been kind of gimmicky, but, you know. Yeah. Me and my friend have spent, a couple of my friends have spent so many just days on sleepovers back in secondary school just playing Mario Party 4. It's so much fun. Yeah, so that's number 2. And my absolute favourite game of 2002 was Star Wars Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast.
Are you sure?
So, Star Wars Dark Forces 3 Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast. There we go.
I don't know if you saw, I put the clip of you trying to figure out the name of that other game out as a separate video, as a highlight.
Did you actually?
Yeah.
I didn't see this.
Oh.
Oh, I didn't see that either.
So I'm glad you finally discovered what these games are.
I really should write it down.
Cool.
No,
So I mean,
yeah.
is that just the same as the other one? We spoke about that a lot, didn't we?
In a way, it's so good. Did you put it out as a separate video?
I did put it out.
Oh, it's a stupid title. Yeah, there we go. No, like seriously, like Jedi Knight 2 is it's just good, man. Like I don't know.
Are you stoned? It's just good, man.
It's just like you can't describe it. It's just so much fun, and it's such a massive step up from the previous one, and it's one of the few expanded universe things that isn't completely bullshit.
I mean, Star Wars is just this game, you know?
Well.
I don't know, that's just what the voice reminded me of. That's just what the voice reminded me of.
I like it and stuff you for making fun of me.
Tis the way of things.
Yeah.
Dude, tis the way.
What was I going to say?
Tit is the way of things.
Oh, tit is.
Tit is the way.
Tit is.
Tit is indeed.
Boing.
Tit is. That's really not the noise that titties make.
I was going for the comedy carry-on sort of. Does the comedy zoom? Does the comedy zoom in?
When the lady stretches in, her brassiere flies off and lands in the person's face.
I mean, that doesn't go boing. That goes. Oh, sorry, no, that goes.
There we go. I love how you just have that to hand. It's just. Never know when you're going to need a slide whistle.
But the snapping of the bra is kind of like when you hit a ruler on the table.
Oh, yeah.
The
Hang on a second.
Do you have a ruler to hand?
Oh, no, it's behind the Millennium Falcon. I can't reach it.
You just hate it when your Falcon's in the way of things.
Oh, always. I wish my fucking UCS Millennium Falcon got in the way of things. And this is where I put my UCS Millennium Falcon.
If I had one.
Dingleberg!
Excellent reference.
Thank you.
50 points to whatever house you're in.
Ravenclaw.
Ravenclaw.
Thank you.
Don't know why I'm in charge of the points.
Because let's face it, you are sort of the Dumbledore of this equation.
I think Dumbledore's a bit of a stretch.
Well, what would you rather be then? Creature?
Well, I'd rather be Dumbledore, of course, but I don't think I'm as respected as Dumbledore is.
No, that's fair.
But you are as feared as he who shall not be named.
Feared?
Yeah.
Cross me at your peril, or I shall strike you from the podcast.
Strike me down with all your hatred, and your journey towards Hogwarts will be complete.
That is how it works. It's a terrible entrance exam. It's like bloody Red Rising, if you've read that book.
It's like the 7-year students have got to do that 1 in, 1 out policy. That's why the turnover rate is so high. Because nobody ever really graduates, they just die. That's the graduation exam.
Now it's like...
What kind of hell have we just started?
Now it's like... So... Joining Hogwarts is like the bit from Red Rising, if you've read that book. Leaving Hogwarts is like the bit from Cloud Atlas, if you've read that book. When all the servers from that fast food restaurant... I feel like you have to have read the book. I don't want to give it away.
Yeah, it's like...
Yeah, I've never read either of them, so...
I'll just say
it's like if I made Game of Thrones references to Ozzy, Star Trek references to you, and Star Wars references to Ozzy.
Yeah.
Man, I really am like the melding pot of culture here, aren't I?
Digimon?
No, I mean,
you ain't got nothing to do with Digimon, but we've got the Digimon. So
That's true. Hey Digimon, hey Digimon.
ultimate friends for the boys and girls.
Exactly.
But like,
Champions of the digital
all three
world.
of us have Pokemon. Me and Ozzy have Star Trek, and you and me have Star Wars.
Yeah.
And then me and Ozzy have Digimon. So it's like,
Exactly.
it all fits. It's perfect.
Yeah.
I'll do a little diagram.
It's the Triforce of love.
Yep, sure.
Yep.
So
Tri-Venn diagram.
Love was the first word that came out. I was trying to think of a word for like the Triforce of things we like, or the Triforce of
Triforce of
friendship.
nerddom.
Or no, that could work.
does
So
it
whose
mean,
power, whose wisdom, and whose courage?
does it mean that Star Wars, Star Trek, and Digimon all add up to one Pokemon?
Ooh.
They all add up to like Generation 2.
Or is Pokemon the convergence point of every other universe? Because we all like Pokemon.
Oh yeah. I'm not sure how that works, but I'm agreeing.
So
Yeah.
Luke Skywalker, Captain Picard, and a Digimon get together.
Get together and create the Pokemon world. Yeah, they get together.
Oh, it's at the end of the last Warhammer.
Or
That's a reference no one will get.
in a spaceship, they discover God, who turns out to be Arceus, and then he creates the Pokemon world. That's a way of fixing that shitty film.
What shitty film?
Well, yeah.
The Star Trek one where they meet God.
Oh, you mean the one that William Shatner wrote and directed?
Oh yeah, there we go then.
Do they meet God? Or do they meet a satellite?
What does God need with a starship?
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, is a valid question.
Isn't that the same
Yeah.
one as the satellite? Vigor?
No,
That's
Vija
a
was
different
the motion picture, which was the first film.
Oh, okay.
We're talking about The Final Frontier, which is number 5.
Okay, I don't know
That's
that
the
one.
one, yeah.
Note how both are not considered excellent and both are odd numbers.
Yes.
Oh,
I know this
I
rule.
have heard the odd number rule, yeah.
Even I know that.
However, though, I do think we only know of it because of one critic nostalgia.
Exactly.
No, I knew about that beforehand.
Okay.
I mean, even if you like just look at it objectively, like motion picture, it's okay, kind of boring. 2, Wrath of Khan, fucking incredible. Search for Spock, 1 with the whales, love it. 5, we just discussed that. 6 was Undiscovered Country, which was really good. Generations number 7, kind of breaking it a little bit because I actually really enjoyed Generations.
I didn't mind Generations, yeah. I think
And then you got friggin' First Contact, which is amazing.
Okay, yeah.
Insurrection, which we don't talk about. And then Nemesis, which was kind of good, but also kind of breaking the theme as well because it wasn't brilliant. And then you got like the 2009 reboot, which was
Then you got the Abrams verse, which is kind of yeah.
like I've always said that they're excellent Star Wars films, but they're terrible Star Trek films.
Yes. It's basically Star Wars and Star Trek had a baby.
Yeah, I mean, like a lot of people didn't really like Beyond.
Which one
But
was
the
that the
latest
latest one?
Third
Yeah.
one. I like the latest
I
one.
much
think
prefer
like
that
the-
one to the second one.
Yeah.
Yes, it
Second
felt
one was
like
just
a
a
lot more
rehash.
what Star Trek was supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The second one was so stupid.
It's like, I am Khan.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
really.
cool.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Go get Martin Freeman and we'll talk about this.
And he was
'Cause I mean,
like,
the thing is, like,
they-
even though
sorry.
even though they hadn't met Khan before, he was part of the eugenics wars, so they should have known who he was because he was a
At least
big
had records, yeah.
yeah. Because it's like if somebody came,
You don't just wipe records of this ultra dangerous race of people.
yeah, because if suddenly somebody came up to like, the UN and said, "Hi, I'm Hitler," then
Yeah.
you kind of take them a little bit seriously, especially if they looked exactly like Hitler.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
don't just compare Khan to Hitler. Fucking hell.
So he's a super powerful, super dangerous, perfect fighting machine, effectively.
Okay, so maybe Hitler was a bad example.
But
Terminators?
if a Vulcan just gets a little bit angry, then they can fight him.
Sure.
It's fine.
True. Yeah.
That's what I didn't like about it.
Yeah.
And of course, there's the famous shot of turn around whilst I get changed and all that stuff, wasn't there?
For fuck's sake.
Yeah.
That was so unnecessary.
It was complete. It was like someone had just found the script and written it in as a joke afterwards.
We need some ladies in this.
Yeah.
Bing, there you go. It's just like, no.
Yeah.
It was completely unnecessary. Don't get me wrong, I liked it, but it was completely unnecessary.
Yeah.
Oh, what, that particular scene?
Yeah. Oh, actually, that's the point. I've started watching Discovery.
General.
Star Trek Code on
Any
Discovery.
good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it any good? Because I've been planning to get round to it and was thinking maybe as a reaction one day.
I flat out refuse to believe that it is part of the Prime timeline.
Okay, it's
Which timeline is that?
The original one.
Thanks.
Like the okay, so there's two Prime timelines. There's the Prime timeline, and then there's the J.J. Abrams timeline.
Yeah.
Okay, as far as I can say,
If
Star
you
Trek
said
Discovery.
J.J. Abrams timeline, I would have understood what you meant.
Timeline. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the best way to say is there's the timeline and the Abrams timeline.
Yeah. So I refuse to believe that it's part of the normal timeline. It is part of the Abrams universe.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Just through like style or
Through style,
story as well.
Just like the aesthetics of everything just doesn't add
the way
up.
it looks.
It just this is supposed to be set 10 years before the original series.
Well, I don't know. Maybe all the retro stuff of the original series just came back into fashion. It's like flares. One day they come back into fashion. So does big buttons and shiny monitor screens.
Yeah, but I just like
And things that go.
Yeah. And
That's the one.
red alert bulbs.
I've always been really good at that one.
That was good.
Maybe it's like how they're
Incoming
re-releasing. Maybe it's like how they're re-releasing all the like Super Nintendos and stuff. But in the Star Trek verse, they just started re-releasing all the retro.
Yeah, I guess
technology. That's I'm clutching at straws here.
Yeah, very thin straws, and there's a massive hurricane coming. But like the design of the ships, just
They're too modern.
Yeah, they're too
Abrams.
Because it's
And,
a
like,
modern production, isn't it? You can't,
That's the
I think you kind of just have to assume that everything is in that universe now because it's all going to be in that same style, isn't it?
Okay,
But
so
I
like,
don't. I think it's officially, but has it been officially said that it's meant to be part of the original?
Yeah,
universe?
it's originally normal timeline. But like, what's one thing that they didn't really have in the original series that they had in Next Generation?
Lens flares. Oh, next gen. Sorry, next gen.
I mean, like technology-wise.
Flat touch screen.
Mm-hmm. What else?
Did they have the translators?
The UC, yeah, they had that.
Yeah, no, they've always had teleporters. I'm out of blank.
The holodeck.
Oh, okay.
And holograms.
But then didn't they try and retcon it that they got that in Enterprise or something as well, didn't they? No. I swear there was like a holodeck episode in Enterprise or something like that.
Oh, we don't talk about only the good. The series finale where the whole episode actually took place on the Enterprise D holodeck.
Oh, is that the one I'm thinking of?
Yeah, that's the setup.
No, I swear that wasn't there like another one where early on in the series where they went into a holodeck-like room.
Oh,
Maybe.
that was another ship. That was like a...
That was a different race.
That was an alien race, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, like they just casually, like in Discovery, they casually just bring up like schematics and it's like, that's a 3D fucking ship. What the hell? No. This technology doesn't exist yet.
Or maybe the Enterprises we all saw in the original series just weren't built with them because they weren't built as leisure ships, whereas...
But that's the thing, like...
Next Gen Enterprise had families on it for some reason.
Well, it's because Voyager was quite definitely the height of leisure.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't...
Wasn't it an alien ship?
What?
Voyager.
No.
It just had bio-neural circuitry.
But I swear though, in Voyager, it was meant to be one of the most high-tech ships before it got sent billions of light years away.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
But like,
What am I thinking of?
you're probably thinking of the Dauntless from Voyager, which was an alien ship in disguise of being a Federation ship.
Okay, yeah. I know.
Which had the transwarp drive. USS Dauntless.
I mean, I like Voyager.
Is that right? Is that the one you're thinking of?
I don't know. My auntie used to watch a load of Star Trek, like all of them, including Voyager. And I think Voyager was the one that was coming out when I was growing up. So she always used to be watching it, and I just picked up little bits and bobs.
Okay.
So I'm sure I must be thinking of the Dauntless. Well, there you are.
Have you Googled it and had a look?
I mean, I'm trying. But I'm trying to host a podcast at the same time.
Go, all right, fuck's sake.
I mean, it's not like you can edit out bits.
No, it's not like it's part of the conversation. There you go.
Oh, he's found that.
I'm reading about Voyager.
he just gets distracted and starts reading an entire thing about Voyager. Oh yeah, I remember this one now.
Do you never go down the internet hole?
Is the internet
We'll talk
just
about that
not
later.
one big hole?
I mean, like the
One big glorious hole.
It's like falling down the Alice in Wonderland rabbit hole, where you just go on one thing and then sort of 7 clicks later you're learning how to talk to giraffes.
I do that, yeah, all the time. Do it all the time. This is where a lot of my knowledge about Star Trek comes from, is that I'll think about one thing and I'll look, or I watch this guy I like called Civilization X, who does videos about all sorts of like Game of Thrones or Song of Ice and Fire and all that stuff. He does a load of Star Trek ones as well, and I end up watching them, and he mentions something and I go and look it up and then spend half an hour on memory alpha.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of just like this podcast. I mean, I can't even remember how we got from Game of the Year to Star Trek.
Because we were talking about the triumvirate.
Oh.
Our Triforce.
Okay.
Things we all had in common.
Triumvirate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, that's a Star Wars thing, the Sith Triumvirate, which is Nihilus,
So maybe we went from Star Wars to
Triad,
Star Trek.
and Scion, which is in Knights of the Old Republic 2. But anyway, that's a whole nother thing.
Well, let's do the podcast intro. How is everyone today? That was just the cold open.
We're all same as ever.
Very quickly, we didn't do the rundown of what our top games were.
Okay,
So I had...
Okay.
Yeah.
we had Munch's Odyssey, Medabot 2, Medabee version 2.
Well, technically,
what it was.
technically Medabots 2, but it was released as like Medabots 1 over here, I think.
Okay.
It was, well, it's Medarot 2, but then it's Medabots 1.
Okay. And
Just Medabots Medabee version for the Game Boy Advance.
Yeah.
Is the first English Medabots game we got.
and then we had Star Wars 3, Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Academy 5.
Yeah, I was going to say, and you thought my Star Wars games had stupid titles.
Hey, your words.
What? Medabots Metabee version? What?
I don't know.
More
Mine
power.
had stupid explanations. Yours has a stupid title.
So there we go.
Yeah. Yes, I am good. How did you enjoy the snow?
Oh, I loved it. I had the day off.
I fucking didn't.
I got a day or two off, yeah.
Well, I didn't really have the day off because I
Only-
still had to try and work, but it was difficult from home without access to anything except emails and GHX Exchange, so that was it.
So, for listeners who might not be aware somehow, I work in a cinema, and on Friday we had the massive snow.
Beast from the East.
We served... What?
Beast from the East.
Yes, we served 50 people all day.
How many do you normally serve?
Anywhere between, on a good day, on a bad day is usually about 600.
Oh, okay. So it was a quiet period then. Who could have foreseen this?
I was there from 9:30 in the morning, and I left at 8:30 in the evening.
Jeez.
13 hours.
Jeez.
50 people. Easiest money I've ever fucking made.
But the important question is, how was the driving?
I didn't drive.
Oh.
Because my father has a Land Rover.
Oh.
Yeah, so he drove me in. And he was getting annoyed at people going less than 30. I'm just like, have you looked out of the window recently, Father? Do you see this white field of stuff? But as we were driving up towards
Do you not know
towards
how
work,
snow works?
yeah, it's just like it's a little bit slippery. That's this point when I demonstrate. As we were driving up, somebody was coming down the dual carriageway the other way, and they lost control and skidded and smashed straight into one of the giant lampposts.
Oh.
Along the middle of the embankment.
Oh, yeah.
And he just backed up and then just carried on, like bumper hanging off the front. It's like, oh, okay. And then like the next,
Just but a scratch.
yeah, pretty much. And then like on Monday, I went back up again for work, and that lamppost had just gone. So it's just like the bottom stump of the lamppost with like a traffic cone on top of it. It's like, oh, okay, they did do something.
But it was cool snow because we normally get sort of clumpy, sticky snow here, but this was like the snow you'd get.
It was
on
very
a,
fine
on a
and powdery.
Like I was walking around Blaze and I was thinking, I wish I owned a pair of skis because you could literally just go up to the top of the hill and ski down this. It'd be really good. But yeah, it was good fun. I jumped in some snow drifts and did a little video of me walking into one that went up to my knees. That's up on YouTube. Check it out.
I saw that. Yeah. It's weird. Like I feel like I've become a bit more of an adult because I genuinely don't care that I miss the snow.
Oh,
does that make me cynical, brain stupid, or just an adult?
well, it just depends what you enjoyed to start with. Because like for me, I always like walking around Blaze anyway, even when it's not snowing.
I mean, this is true.
And so when it is snowing, it just adds this extra layer of amazingness. And because I go out when I was out before 8 basically because I had to get back to start work. There was no one there. It was brilliant. It was like walking through Narnia.
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 That wonderful Narnia.
Yeah, we all know Narnia.
Prince Aslan, innit?
Back there,
Prince.
back of the cupboard.
Sorry, King.
Well, he ain't no big king. He's more than that, Aslan.
You
What
know,
he
the
do
lion,
then?
the witch in the cupboard.
What he be?
He's just like he's Jesus. I don't know how else to say this. He's Jesus. C.S. Lewis was a religious. That's why Aslan gets sacrificed and then comes back to life afterwards.
Sorry, could you say that sentence again? C.S. Lewis was a religious.
That's right.
Yeah. One of those religiouses.
Yeah. Also gets it.
One of those religious.
Yeah. Like, even though we were religiouses, we learnt about the religiouses, didn't we?
That doesn't mean I'm a religiousist.
Religiousist.
No.
Religiousist.
Religiousist.
You're a religiousist.
You know, Aslan's not the king. He's the closest thing to a god they've got, but he's not actually God, because that would be blasphemy.
Huh.
Have you read The Magician's Nephew? That explains everything.
I haven't, no.
It's the prequel.
Sure.
I like Narnia.
Narnia.
Really fancy some Turkish delight now.
Ooh, lucky you.
I don't have any.
So,
Unlucky you.
you know how I've been getting into Warhammer?
Oh yeah.
3D printer update.
Oh.
I've got the filament.
Just not the actual printer.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, I am currently holding a massive box of white 3D printer filament.
Oh.
But no printer to put it in.
Literally, yeah. But it got delayed because of the Beast from the East.
Oh.
Got
Curse
first Chinese
you,
New Year,
East.
then fucking Beast from the East.
Nightmare.
Curse you, Russia.
Damn you,
Yes.
the East.
Yeah, just the East in general.
Cursed you, Beast. Hello, Beastie.
Need a moment to reorient ourselves after that.
Yes.
Well, I think we'll leave it there.